Welcome to Football Manager 2017, my Wigan game. My next game is a home friendly against the little side of Pilkington, and in between the last game and this game I have signed Richard James on a free transfer. He was released from Burnley, and as you can tell from his star rating, he's a lot better than any of the central defenders I've currently got. I've also got a bid in for another central defender from Ipswich for £1.8 million, that is, who's got a release or a relegation release clause as Ipswich went down from the Championship to League One. So he's demanding horrific wages to come here, but I'm willing to pay them because he's a good central defender. And I'm also looking at another goalkeeper backup and who may or may not challenge Kennett during the season, as well as a couple of other players I'm looking at, but so far only Richard James has signed. I also turned down an offer for Brewster because it didn't match his value. And if somebody offers me something for Jamie Slaughter or Steve Young or Alan Atherton, they'll be gone. Atherton's replacement, the lone guy I'm looking at, is agreed, and this is against good old Pilkington. The same side that went out last time is going out to start this time. James starts on the bench because he's not fit. He's not fit, so he can come off the bench for this game. And Cameron Humphrey's got himself hurt in training. So essentially it's another nice little tune-up match against Pilkington, who should give me little to no problem. And they play in white. Again, no opposition instructions for my assistant because it's Pilkington. And one of the things I didn't mention during the off-season was my chairman resigned, and I got a new chairman who took over the club and who kept me on as manager after taking over. He didn't come in with a fat wad of cash, which I would have really liked. It would have been nice if he'd come in with 100 million for me to spend, but he didn't. But I survived the takeover. Something I hadn't mentioned up to this point, so I just thought I'd mention it now. Oh, good ball. And that's what we like to see. A nice low cross to Turner's foot so he can blast into the back of the net. Yes, I know it's Pilkington, I know they're bad, but I still like to see well made and well taken goals. Especially as this is meant to be a championship level side now, which, let's face it, it honestly isn't yet. And it may not be all season for all I know at this point. Oh, good goal, Chamberlain, and well set up by Wedderburn. Less than 5 minutes in, 2-0 up. I'm starting to like Wedderburn. 4 players are surrounding him, he's still got a good ball in. And he was unselfish. He's endearing himself to me by just that simple fact alone. The fact he looked for someone else when he could have taken a selfish shot and missed badly. One of you two. It's truth, I thought those two were going to mess it up. Yes, if the guy from Ipswich actually signs, which hopefully he will, and the downside of the players I'm now having to sign is they all want release clauses of various types, relegation release clauses for clubs in higher domestic divisions, stuff like that. Oh, unlucky Atherton, you almost got a decent crossing. So if they do well for me, I'm going to lose them, but I will make a decent profit, and then I'll have to go and replace them, which is the downside of being a club that's expected to fight against relegation all year. People aren't going to sign without relegation release clauses. But if you want to improve the squad, you've kind of got to pay the piper. Okay. Oh, I thought that came off one of their players. Obviously the same dodgy linesman I had last time, but this time the decisions are going against me rather than for the opposition. Yeah, he was offside. I will give him that one. The linesman actually got that one right. Nice first touch there from Harwood. Maybe he's getting better. Probably not, but I can dream. Oh, good ball. Yeah, again, I know it's lowly Pilkington, but if Wedderburn plays like this as the season progresses, he could well be the purchase of my Wigan career. Of course, the other side of this is, if I do well with Wigan, some big club may come in and offer me a wonderful job, and depending on the club, I may actually take it, because I haven't played too much of FM2017. I had a few seasons with Leeds and a few seasons with a non-league club, and a couple of Premier League clubs I tried just to see what the new features were like. But I haven't played this enough that I'm sick of it. I haven't played enough of the top clubs I haven't played much of the top clubs for years, actually. So I generally try and play smaller to middling clubs because I find it more fun. That, and I must admit, in this game, agents annoy me when they start demanding millions of pounds for the agent fee. I tend to find it less than fun. But I wouldn't say no to a top club just to see if I can have fun. Oh, Wedderburn, how did you miss that? And if it hit the goalkeeper or sent it wide, I would have complained. But to hit the post, that takes some accuracy, and the wrong type of accuracy. Okay, the first yellow card of the half. Yes, and sooner my lone left back comes in from Middlesbrough, assuming he does come in, the better as far as I'm concerned. Because even though Atherton does show the occasional flash of talent, he's really not what I want for a left back at this level. Oh, nicely tackled. I was about to complain, Turner, that you didn't cross that ball. However, I really can't complain about the fact you scored. Not entirely sure what their goalkeeper must have been doing to allow Turner that much space at the near post to shoot into. Oh, Turner, you moron! How did you miss that? Having scored the last one, which I didn't expect, you suddenly managed to miss like from there? That takes some strange talent. There again. I have seen some truly amazing shots in reality in football. People from the edge of the penalty area that almost hit the corner flag when they're shooting for goal. Once again, an easily dominant performance, but that was kind of expected. This is pretty much about fitness and making sure the team can actually gel and seeing where the weak spots are. And as I know, the weak spots are my central defence and my left back. My central midfield is not great. It's probably survivable, but could probably do with improving as well. But I'm now finding that the 3 players I've got up front, for as long as they're healthy, are good enough. I'm actually happy with them. So now I can go away and concentrate on the rest of the squad. I will have 2 central defenders coming in that I'll be happy with. Another goalkeeper, possibly, if his scouting pans out. Okay, Wedderburn, you need to do better shooting than that. But you got in the right position, which is encouraging. And of course, all the changes I've made, I'm going to have well, once I finish making them, I'm going to have to go look at the set piece takers, because some of them might be better at taking corners and free kicks than the people who are currently doing it. Oh, McGlade, that looked like a blatant foul. Can't believe you got away with that. Of course. Yeah, he was offside. One of the things I did mention about my midfield is if somebody comes back in with a better offer for Brewster, he can go. He's not so good that Berry, for example, couldn't pick up the slack without any noticeable loss of skill. Let's be assertive. Right, now let's take most of you off. I really should have... Yeah, you can come off for Richard James this time, and... Kieran, you're doing worse fitness-wise than anybody else. Sean Lamb's job to back that one up. Brewster, Berry, McLeod. Yeah, with Charles Wall this time. And we'll go with Price, Slaughter, and okay. We'll go with Steve Young. So that still gives me Ricardo Wilson and Henry Wallace. Actually, Wallace, even though it's out of position, go play there. Atherton come off and Ricardo Wilson can go on in the wrong position. Like I say, it's against Pilkington. Really don't think it's going to make that much difference, and if I get an injury I should still beat them with 10 men. Heck, I should still beat them with 9 men. Let's face it, if I get an injury now, at least I'm guaranteed it's not someone that's too important to me. This is effectively my second 11. Oh, well done, Price. First time in a long time I've seen something positive out of Price. Yes, it was a well-made goal by Young with the pass, but Price actually dug it out from underneath his feet and actually got the shot on target. Oh, unlucky, Wallace. Yes, you're on your way out as well, but it was actually an interesting free kick. Made a nice change for him to keep it on the ground rather than try and blast it over the wall. That was disappointing, Young. I at least hope you hit the target in those situations, but apparently you're doing what Price normally does. Ooh, very confident of Pilkington playing out from the back like that. Switching the play. It's definitely a confident Pilkington side. Oh, good build-up play. Good through ball. Good shot, and Wilson was lucky to save it. A more standard free kick this time of trying to get it over the wall, failing, but trying to get it over the wall. Ooh, it's actually closer than I expected from James. Yes, he's probably the one player if I get an injury, I'm going to be upset. I'll be upset about them getting injured. I like the throw-in, Lamb. Pity Slaughter didn't do better with it, but I like the idea. In fact, that was 2 good moves in a row from Mr. Lamb. Well, kind of useful. Sorry, try that again. It's kind of useful because Mr. Lamb is going to be my backup right wing back all year, as I have no current plans to look for another one. And those 2 moves mean that I won't fear putting him in that much. Somebody's got to be offside. Oh, okay. At least Berry wasn't offside, the other one backed off. Okay, ref, you can blow the final whistle. We've seen enough. Oh, well done, Young. You've made up for that horrific miss you had earlier. Oh, my throat's going dry. My voice is starting to go. Not it's that great to start with, but when your throat's going dry and you can feel your voice rasping and your throat getting sore because of that. It's not always great. Anyway, let's give him a nice passionate "You are wonderful," even against Pilkington. I keep going on about that, but it's Pilkington. And we stroll to success. Beach. Okay, I must have sold him. I don't know who he is. Okay, he's one of the wingers that I don't use. And okay, so one of my 16-year-old kiddies is out for a couple of months. But that was the second of my pre-season friendlies, and it served its purpose. So yes, my squad are all feeling a lot happier these days, and that was pretty much the intent. Now it's going to be on to some I've got a 6-day break, then it's on to a few harder pre-season friendlies. Then they get a couple of week break from the end of the pre-season to the start of the actual season. So hopefully everybody should be fully fit by that point and raring to go to a probably dreadful loss to Coventry. Anyway, that's the end of this one. As always, I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you down the road.